Alright, before we begin this video, I wanted to make a shout out real quick. One of the fans of mine have helped me purchase this tank, so no, I did not spend the exact money. They gave me a huge discount, so I really appreciate it. Although I'm really upset about that because I feel really bad, but they wanted me to review this tank, and I really appreciate what you guys do for me. And ever since the big hit with the Cobra, his tank, if you want to look that up, it's in my description down below. Um, I wanted to thank you all personally so much for giving me the love and support of what you guys do, and I appreciate the comments you guys do, and I appreciate pretty much the views you watch. I appreciate everything, guys. It really does help me out, and it really shows that it's not all in vain, so I appreciate so much. But with that being said, let's talk about this tank. Now, the C.A.T tank is exactly the same armaments as the Bombat tank, which in case, if you're wondering before I even get to the more in the detail, you're probably wondering when's the Bombat review coming out. I'm going really slow. I'm at 70, so yeah, I still got a pretty long way to go before I review the Bombat. But surprising to say, C.A.T is the same thing. However, Bombat is more better aim time, but the C.A.T has more gun. Because the C.A.T has 400, well, not 400, Jesus Christ. Let me rephrase that again. The C.A.T has 140 millimeter cannon. This only has 130. So yeah, this is going to aim a lot faster because it's a more smaller caliber. But the C.A.T is sitting on like literally 140 millimeters. And honestly, that's the best bet I could say. I mean, everything else is similar, and there's really not much to talk about. If you have the Bombat, this is just a little bit of a weaker version of the Bombat. Literally, that's all it is. I am not. I wish I wasn't making that up, audience. It's literally. So I want to save most of the armament reviews for the Bombat when I do get that done. But let's talk about what I've noticed heavily about it that I despise about this tank. Don't get me wrong. I see people play it, and I know people do good, but there is key factored problems with this tank heavily, and we're going to get into it right now with the armaments. Now, looking at this tank, you would think, okay, armaments, a little iffy. The head turret is okay. The actual turret itself, because the turret itself is literally 251 millimeters, plus a little slope angle, you're looking at probably like 260 almost. So you see, like it angled like nearly like, 20, it's like angle 20 to like 10 degrees. But you got one major problem. One thing that I don't understand between the Bombat and this is its goddamn commander's hatch. This is literally the most fattest commander's hatch I have ever seen in World of Tanks. Literally, it is the most fattest turret I have ever seen. And I played the Legion. I played the other tanks that have big cupolas. Trust me when I say the Legion, because I know I didn't do a review on it even on my old channel. Believe me, this takes the biggest cake of the biggest cupola commander's hatch thing I have ever seen. And I ask, why Wargaming? Why? Is it because if it's hold down, it's superior? There's many weak spots on this tank. Like the side of this tank. I'll point to it right now. There's the side box that you could pen if it's hold down easily. Now, yeah, granted, if it's on the other side like this, it's not going to be doing much because it is an angled slope where most shells can't really pen that head tank. But that's what you're supposed to use your frickin' brain to, compensate the weak spots and strong things. That's the whole point of your tank. You're supposed to know your tank to see what you're up against heavily. But because of that big, huge commander's hatch, it is so hard to sit there and aim and snipe people unless you're on a hill where you're aiming down on a hill to where your cupola is more harder to hit. But that it just doesn't help that it's so fucking big that it's going to get you killed 90% of the time. I have always see a commander's hatch, I'm like, fire, fire. And I wouldn't have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it if the fact is this is Cold War. Cold War, where concealment is not a thing, because literally you're spotted 90% of, like, forever times, unless you use a smoke screen, which I've seen people do that, which effectively is doing a lot better doing that. But the cupola sticks out. And since true vision mode is active in this mode, you're going to see that commander's hatch from no matter how far away you are. You're going to still see the tank. And the problem with this tank, it's designed to be a hold down sniper, but you can't hold down. See, this is the problem I'm getting at. Okay, just bear with me for anyone that wants to question it. Just hold the thought. I get it that a lot of people like this type of tank style. That's fine, but just hear me out for those who are thinking about getting the C.A.T. Because if you like the Bombat, you might as well like this one too. Just a little bit weaker version of it, but I mean, look at the whole armor. That's 152 millimeters of whole armor. So obviously you're not exposing your whole armor at all, because literally the upper plate on your whole armor is only 152. Angling like this, you get like maybe 190 easily, but it's also less armor penetration if you aim it like that. That's zero chance if you shoot something like that, if you aim the front of whole armor like that. But my point is, you gotta hold down with it because there's no armaments. So literally, you're relying on your head turret. Well, it doesn't fucking help when you have a big-ass commander's hatch on top of your tank when you're trying to hold down. I'm not saying don't sit there and get hit. Like saying, like, I'm just gonna sit here and aim in on someone. You can't. You have to wiggle. You have to keep wiggling your tank. Meanwhile, you're using a 140 trying to shoot someone, and it's like you're trying to aim in on this one tank, trying to hit his weak spot, but they can hit yours without even physically aiming in because of that big ass cupola you got on the top of your head. I'm sorry. I should have saved that when I was going to do the Let's Play, like showing my video on it, but I have played this tank 15 times already. Because I usually do that. I try to play it in AI first to see how it is. AI is fun with it. And then I try to play it in multiplayer. And it's just, I get killed so many times. I try to do good. I try to back off. I tried playing sniper, aggressive, flanker. I tried doing all of this to try to balance out the gameplay of it. And you know what? It's fucking hard. Because of that big-ass commander's hatch, the only way you're going to do it is if you're like this, on top of a hill, making sure less chance to hit it, but it's still pennable. It's still fucking pennable. Yes, from looking at it as an appearance, by looking at it, yes, it's a little bit rounded on the side. You could get away with it if you shoot left or right, but these are high-penning guns, meaning that they're going to pen you 90% of the time. So I know, I'm sorry, audience. I ranted there for a little bit, but it just pisses me off because just okay. But it doesn't make it up for the fucking 130 millimeter. Well, the gun is not bad. Hang on, let me go to upgrades real quick. Oh, not upgrades, loadout, sorry. The gun's not bad. Does decent amount of damage. I mean, you do like average roll of 500 easily, or 510, so you're doing something. You're taking like a good chunk of their health away. Not a bad gun. It's just aiming time is a little bit hard. Now, I know you can get equipments to make it better, but I had to put a different equipment on it just to stay a fucking live for once. Because this tank is designed to be a sniper, hold downer, and support role. And yes, even though it's a heavy tank class, is it a heavy tank classification? Yeah, it's a heavy tank classification. And it's just, to me, just having the fact to where you have a big-ass cupola, that's the reason why I don't like any of the American tanks so much. They have big-ass cupolas on their tanks, and it's just, so why? Just why? Alright. I'm rambling on too much about the armaments, but I wouldn't be talking so much about it if it wasn't to the fact that it gets me killed 90% of the time when I'm trying to hold down with it, wiggle my tank. It's just so fucking big, massive problem. Ugh. So if you can see on the right-hand screen, it's got 3,000 hit points. You can move up to a speed of 80, for God's sakes. Although I never really see it go up to 80. Yes, it's a fast tank. But to me, I see it go like 65 on hilly terrains, which, to keep that in mind, it does. Now, you could get equipment pieces to make it better smooth riding and, gasoline and stuff to do that. But why would you do that for a heavy tank? I get it. You want speed on your side. But at the same time, you're not a light tank. That's the hiss tank. Oh, man. So the equipment I put on this for just playing this tank a lot, obviously, is crew performance and reload time. Because this thing has a long reload. So you want to reduce it as much as you can possible. But the other one is debatable for you because it has some problems. It has some problems with aiming. Like aiming in with the circle a little bit. Because you have to sit still with it to order to get a better shot. But firing it on the move is really hard to do. I mean, you don't want to fire it on the move. I test that around on AI. That's how I know that. But the other equipment I put on this in my professional thing is either you put spawn liner, but then again, it's really not necessary. I just put in reduced damage 5%. Because of that big ass fucking pull on your head, it just makes it more easier to survive. And it's a pain in the ass to try to survive. And I mean, like, unless I give you the controller and have you play the tank, you could probably do better than me. But I'm just saying that commander's hatch is not exactly fun getting hit every fucking 5 minutes from long range distance. So, anyway. So you can have that. You can have aiming, speed, aim shell, whatever. That can also work as well. But I'm just putting armaments because fuck that. Um, obviously, consumables. So let's talk about the bullets now. The bullets shell for one of them is very, very cheap, surprisingly, for 140 millimeter cannon. It's literally 440. That's extremely cheap. So I pack 50 of them. Now, for premium, obviously, it's going to be expensive, like usual, is 5,200 a shot. So I put like 20, because there's going to be sometimes tanks are hold down, and you want that heat to harm them pretty badly hold down. So even though it won't do good against the bat if you only shoot the cheeks, but still, it does help out quite a bit. And obviously, I know many people don't pack this type of thing, but I do against those hiss tanks now. There's 390 a shell for basically high explosives. So I just pack 10. Because hiss tanks, fucking annoying with their quick ass reload. I just pack that. The freaking hissy tank girl. The freaking Cobra's lieutenant thing and stuff. So you get her, obviously. You get pretty much from the old cartoon classic. You get like 3 perks already equipped for her. I picked, obviously, Sixth Sense, because if I can't see the target and I'm being detected, I'd rather have Sixth Sense still. Even if there is True Vision, I still like that ability because it makes me see like the enemy could still see me. And if I don't know about it, light bulb pops up, it helps me. Brotherhood of Arms and reloading. Definitely a must because of how long the reloading this tank is. Definitely a must for this tank. But for the rest of the perks, is entirely up to you. You could put like aiming in because it has a problem aiming. You could put armaments. You could put other things to make it better. So the choices are yours if you have this tank. So that's my options to you. But the first 3 should be them just to keep your tank reloading pretty good and able to keep yourself aware. I mean, most people don't want to use Sixth Sense. I understand. All right, so let's get to the battlefield for my personal thing about this. So now we can talk a little bit freely, obviously, but it's just literally I tried my best to keep this tank alive. Like, I've rambled on about the commander's hatch. Let's talk about the other things. The gun itself is decently balanced over the cupola. Like, it does like 510 damage, usually average roll I do, if you append it. So sometimes I can't, though, with the normal rounds. Now, I know some people told me before reviewing this tank that basically they say load up premium for this tank sometimes because pen doesn't work. Now, I don't believe in that stuff. If you got a premium tank, it's one job and one job only, making money. And it does do that. But loading premium is not the way to go. Loading premium is not. So here I am trying to use the upper hill here to try to block as much of the commander's hatch I am. Now I try to fire the first shot, I miss because here I am freaking out because they're aiming at me. You know, you can't really see it, but there's like, 5 tanks over there. And again, I'm being scared. Now that time I did aim a little bit, but I hit the rock because, honor and Jesus. It's just I'm just too afraid because of that cupola. Like I said, this is the 19th game I was in. And I'm the way how to play it is just don't get hit by that cupola. Just try to wiggle the tank, and that's a huge problem because you're dealing with a 140 millimeter gun that you have to physically aim. It makes it really hard. That's the reason why I have the armament perk, so I can take a hit, but also like shoot someone. Now I can see now my enemy is like pushing through the enemy team, and of course I'm sticking out too quick. Then I got Pen. That was my fault. I was trying to see what our team's doing and trying to look over the rock because I was zoomed in mode, but I didn't. And that time I shot, the frickin' Mombat blocked that shot, and I'm like, how the hell did it block? So then I fired again. That time it hit. I did like nearly 350 damage a hit right there. I mean 550, sorry. So yeah, that's the best way to play it. It reminds me, to be honest with you, it reminds me so much of the Tiger Porsche. Does anyone know that anywhere? Leave in the comments if you know that tank. That's how it feels. It's like a Tiger Porsche just with a bigger gun. It's you got a big weak ass cupola on top of your tank, and you got a gun that can harm people, but you got like crap armor besides the head. I know that wasn't the Tiger Porsche. Tiger Porsche had stronger hull armor, but that's what it feels like. It's like you gotta make sure nobody hits nothing. So I'm shooting away. I hit the cat. The cat took a hit from my gun, and it was beautifully a hit again. So here I am struggling and stuff, and this is where I was losing my marbles a little bit because here I am trying to show a good video, but in World of Tanks, good luck with that with real people and stuff. And you can see by the map, if I press the back button, we're losing the north. And I didn't notice this. I'm just trying to save my team. I shot that tank, another 500 right there off his health. So, not bad hit, but then I see the cat there getting beaten up and stuff, and I'm like, oh god, who do I help? The right that has no one, or the left? And I made the smart choice and helped the person on the left because the right is going up against 5 tanks, and I'm like, no. So I drive by. I couldn't save him, so I killed the cat. Cat kills cat. So I'm driving away from the tank. Now, this is how I play. I know a lot of people play aggressive and stuff like that with these tanks, but how I usually survive is just play it like a medium tank. It reminds me also of the T-44 tanks. It's like it's play style. You support the tanks. You could like play a little bit aggressive, but if there's nobody there helping you, it's a type of tank that you need to get the fuck out of there because you're gonna get killed easily. So that's what I'm trying to do. And we lost the final tank over there. So I'm over here going like, oh god, it's like, are we going to lose this, win this? Like, what the hell? And by the way, I don't know why it's saying our cap is orange because we're winning because that's the enemy's cap we're capping out. So I don't know why it's saying blue's being taken over when the other way around, but whatever. So I'm trying to push a little bit, trying to get his like a little bit kill. This guy's by himself, so I shot him. So I'm trying to play like a light tank kind of way, trying to get him to shoot my turret, but instead he hits the very side of my bottom tank, and then I killed him. And then the game over because we capped. I didn't. I was just trying to like pick off enemies and stuff. So there you have it. I mean, honestly, I know not best game shown by the tank. I bounced a lot of shells, penned some, but I didn't want to load premium because things makes money, and that's the whole purpose of a premium tank besides training crew. So yeah, so there's a lot to talk about it, but let's get back. Let me show you like the paper and stuff, and show you how much you earn out of this tank, how much I did in this game. And there you have it, audience. I made 124,000 credits. Without premium, I would have made 79,000. Again, I was shooting. Some of the shells couldn't pen. I missed a couple of shells. So either though, if they did do direct hits, I would do easily 5,000 damage easily. But again, RNGesus was screwing me over, and also it didn't help that I couldn't physically aim because of that damn huge cupola on the top of my tank. It's like I can't sit still to aim. Something I have to work on to make this tank better. So, let's see. So, yeah, you can see right there, 6 direct hits were critical damage. So, I did hit, but it's just like not that much damage. So, and then I made like crew XP normally, XP normally, what you normally expect, free XP normally. If you wanted to see how bad I did, and here I am on the leaderboard. Although I should be there on the top because I did do damage. I did do 2 kills. Well, mostly they were stolen kills. But it's fine. I mean, 6th place, not bad. I mean, let's get to the verdict and I'll explain why I don't like this at all. Okay, guys, the verdict. Well, I mean, do I have to really explain the problems here, audience? Let's recap on everything that's a problem. You got a big gun that does a lot of damage. Plus, good. I'm just going to do by categories by saying plus and minus. Okay, plus, you got a big gun. Plus, you got a good turret. Negative, hull armor. Negative, commander's hatch. And negative aim time that you can fix. Don't get me wrong, I'm not judging that. It can be fixed. But for a beginner, it's going to suffer. You have to suffer between your health damage you take or your gun's accuracy. And I picked armaments over accuracy because, again, I keep getting killed even though I wiggle my tank and stuff. It's just that damn commander's hatch is way too fucking big. Well, not commander's. Is it considered a commander's hatch? Because there's the viewport. There's the other side commander hatch. I think Wargaming just put that in to make it more people could pen it easily. Because obviously, that would not exist, that machine gun port. Unless this is a real tank. Unless you can prove me wrong in the comments if this was a real tank. Please, let me know. Because I know it's based off of probably some sort of prototype. But just let me know in the comments if they actually put that type of commander's hatch on there. And if they did, what the fuck? I mean, why? Maybe it's stronger than it is, but still, that's dumb. Alright, so what do I say about this tank? You get an officer with 3 perks, and I can't really rate it yet, in my opinion, because this was the, the big bundle, obviously, because that someone gifted to me, because they want me to review the C.A.T. And I'm happy they did give me a discount, but at the same time, I'm kind of pissed off that literally, I mean, I'll try to keep it together. So I don't know if the next one will reduce the price, give you 7 days of preview, plus having the commander and stuff. I don't know if the mega loadout is going to give you the commander for the next one. I mean, this is the next tank I have to reveal. I mean, obviously, but I'm hoping he'll be in a much lower price because I don't want to give him that much gold. And it just, I don't know. Sorry about that, audience phone call. I didn't want you guys to hear that. Okay. I'm beating this around the bush way too long than usual. The final verdict I have to give this tank, between me playing it 19 games, dying so many times, but yet doing decently damage to the enemy, having, making you have to choose between armaments or your reloading or aim time, I would have to give this tank literally probably just the tank itself, probably a 7 out of 10. It does its job. The gun does job. However, the price of it now, and if you can't get the officer in the lowest bundle, I don't know yet. I have to wait until Tuesday Maybe this video will come out before then. I don't know. Like, I have to edit this and stuff. If this is the only way to get the officer through the mega bundle, I'm giving this a fucking 3 out of 10. Nobody should be paying that much money. Nobody. And even if you want the officer, if you want the complete set of Cobra tank, that's your thing. But I will be pissed if it doesn't reduce the price while having the commander almost like nearly $55 or $60, something around there. But this is stupid. So, but the tank is playable. So, we're just, for the tank itself, it's 7 out of 10. For the price to get the commander and the tank, fucking epic fail, in my opinion. So, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry about me ranting on, and you know what? No. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I am sick of this wargaming. I am sick of your bullshit. I am literally sick and tired of all of this. You think this is funny, wargaming? To charge people this much money for a goddamn tank? Do you think this is fucking hilarious? When a game is based off people who can't make a decent income, and I'm not judging everybody, don't get me wrong, but this is a free fucking game. I get it that you need to make money. I get it that you need to do things, but I don't understand is how you charging these ridiculous tanks and expecting people like us to pay you fucking greedy assholes this much money for a premium tank now. In fucking Cold War, mind you. This is unacceptable. I am sick and tired. For the last 7 years, I have told you fucksticks how to fucking fix your game. How to fix the RNG system. How to fix your premium stores so people can buy more stuff without worrying about their goddamn fucking wallets. I am sick and tired of your greedy motherfucking assholes between your paying of commanders, paying with gold to get some of your commanders. I am sick and tired of you fuckers charging premium days with expensive rounds and expensive shit with all 35,530 gold for the whole set. I don't care if there's a cheaper way for premium. It's the balls of you that charge that much for all those tanks and the commanders. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you trying to fuck with your own people here? If how the fuck is supposed to be Cold War supposed to be your game changer, wargaming? You tell me. You tell me. From the many years that you've been playing, from your die-hard, loyal fucking fans, you tell me this is fair. And yes, I have been responsible for all this, and I pay for what I do, and that's my choice. My choice to review to you lovely audience that are watching this right now to think. But when somebody pays for a little bit because they're curious about the tank and they're scared to review it, I'm drawing the fucking line right here, right now, because this is fucking unacceptable. It's bad enough I have to do this job. It's even worse when somebody of my die-hard loyal fans of these people, these lovely people that I'm reviewing right now to you, to have to pay some of it because I refuse to do this much. You, wargaming, are out of your goddamn fucking mind thinking that this works. This is unacceptable. You are fucking with your own society, your own team, your own bullshit, and your own fucking thing. And this is fucking ridiculous, wargaming. So, this is all a joke to you, wargaming. Just fucking with your own people. Paying more money to try to win for your game. And yes, you could say that you could play it without buying stuff, but you're forced to do something. It's hard to do it on your own. They made the game like that, people. They made the fucking game like that. And I can't wait for gaming until your own fans destroy what you build so much. And I will be there watching. While they pick your lifeless corpse out of your dark soul of your heart, out of your fucking body, and drag you across the street, bringing justice to your dark heart of greed. And then I'll be there watching as you breathe helplessly when your fans destroy what you're trying to resurrect. What a joke, right? Seeing your own company burn in flames because you refuse to listen, refuse to be cooperating and fair with your marketing. You know what, Wargaming? Come here. Come here. You know, I got a joke for you. What do you get, Wargaming? What do you get when you fuck with your own society team, bending their will, trying to fuck them through their wallets? You get this, what you deserve.